kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gators offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Last time these two got together, Florida got to rub a little salt in the wound as they blew out the Noles.
Well, that was a statement win by the Gators, and I think that win really helped push a bunch of high school prospects that might have been considering both the Seminoles and Gators to Gainesville. That game had a huge impact this offseason for the Gators.
Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give out of the gun. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. On target over the middle. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Trying play action. Quickly out to the tight end. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox, toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Gators looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Pressure coming. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The play action fake. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Florida State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. They are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
Off the play fake. Here's the pressure. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man in the middle. Ball spins away. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They use the jump play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Noles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires on the move. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. Finds his big tight end. He'll step out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line, and this offense has an explosive play early in the drive. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. First play of the period, first down here. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Moves away as he feels pressure. Quarterback gets past the marker. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. It's first down from the 37-yard line. To the air on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And the Gators back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Finds his tight end. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. First down, 10 yards to go. The give to the tailback. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it.
Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Noles have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Seminoles are threatening in the red zone. Snags it over the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Right on the money. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A third down stop now to see what they do on fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. Good, right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Seminoles can really attack on this second and short. Sends it back in motion. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The kick is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the right. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. Grab near the marker, it's Brown. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Spits it out to the back. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. From the gun. Trying to bull his way in. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Knowles. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Knowles send out the punt unit. Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires one high and deep. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run play action. Still looking on the move. A strike downfield. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Gators come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to run for it. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given...
Converts on fourth down. Still going. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Gators are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Moving out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Behind the chains now on second and long. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Gators will have it first and 10. Gets it out quickly. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got his man. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to power their way ahead. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! And the stomping has commenced. And the Gators have chomped down, and they've put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Quarterback on the keeper. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Snags it on the right. Off and running. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it in with a huge play, an 80-yard touchdown pass. The deficit is huge, this one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. 1st down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Gators! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Bringing the heat. And the defense gets home with the pressure and knocking down for a loss, but there are penalty markers down. Let's sort that out. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
I know a lot of people were thinking there was a chance this defense could contain one of the best running backs in all of college football. I don't know if anybody thought they would dominate him and completely shut him down the way they have. Negative rushing yards in the game for this guy. You cannot say enough just about how physical this defense has been, playing with a chip on their shoulder all game long to shut him down.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you, keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
And the Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Hauls it in. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Rushes on him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Noles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got it on the run. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, no! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.